Hey, what's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about a little something different, not just about Guild Wars 1 as a game, but how it actually helped me through some of the toughest times of my life as a veteran. Most of you don't know, but I served in the U.S. Navy from 2002 to 2006. I deployed to the Northern Arabian Gulf twice, once in 2003, and the second time in 2005. I know that most of you think that Guild Wars is just an old MMO, but for me, it was way more than that. When I left the Navy, I was dealing with a lot, transitioning back into a civilian life, trying to figure out who I was on the outside of the uniform, and honestly, just trying to keep my head above water. It wasn't easy. There were days I felt isolated, like nobody really understood what I was going through. I also fell into the old comfort of Southern comfort, dealing with the loss of identity, the loss of purpose, and an overall loss of who I was. Back when we didn't really discuss therapy, it was taboo, it was weak. When I was on terminal leave, I was trying to find anything I could to help, anything that could occupy my time and something that I could focus on. I ended up going to GameStop and asking the cashier about some games, and he actually recommended Guild Wars. He actually mentioned a new expansion that recently came out, which was Factions, and talked me into buying it. I got home, installed it, and logged into the first time. And when I first heard that Factions theme on the login screen, I was invested. Even at 20 years later, when I listen to that song, it brings a strong wave of nostalgia and it puts a smile on my face. That's when Guild Wars 1 became more than just a game. It gave me a place to escape, but also a place to connect. I could log in, build a character, and suddenly I wasn't Zack, the veteran who was struggling with life. I was a warrior, a monk, a necromancer, what have you. I had control, I had goals, and I had a community. Plus, let's be real, nothing beats the feeling of pulling off a ridiculous build and watching your enemies melt. That's therapy in its own way. The Guild Wars community was huge for me. I met people who didn't care about my past, they just cared whether I could keep them alive in a mission. I contributed to the mission. I followed the targets, I followed the calling of targets, and that's the only thing that mattered. It reminded me that I could still contribute. I could be part of a team. I could be part of something bigger than myself. Gaming gave me laughter when I needed it, focus when my mind was racing, and connection when I felt alone. Looking back, Guild Wars wasn't just a distraction, it was a lifeline. It helped me process things, gave me space to breathe, and reminded me that even in tough times there are ways to find joy and connection. And for veterans out there who feel like they're carrying the weight alone, sometimes gaming can be more than just fun, it can be healing. So yeah, Guild Wars 1 might just be an old game, but for me it's timeless. If you had a game that helped you through tough times, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And even if you're a gamer that's a veteran, welcome. This channel is for us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who might need to hear it. Until next time, we'll see you in Tyria.